Yo, it's TD Bapo. Welcome back to our stream. So basically, just restarted the stream for the Pioneer League Season 1, 2024 top 8 matchup between Erik and John. No, not John Dave. James Mark. So that wasn't pretty much the match earlier, but now we're gonna see the match, and then we're gonna have Raymond up against Kevin. So I don't know why the title hasn't updated, but oh, crack. So sorry about that. Just noticed that the title didn't change. But anyways, welcome to the stream, guys. Leave a comment, leave a like, and share if you guys want to see more Pioneer action here in Top Deck Games. And we're just waiting for the guys to set up the stream, or rather, their games. I think I got that right. Okay, let's try to jump in. I think we swap. Whoops. All right, so I think the guys are already in place. Erik and James Mark. All right, so James is definitely first seed, so this is a huge advantage for him, and he's gonna need it because uh, his opponent is a combo deck. So let's not beat around the bushes and start the games. I'm just gonna swap the names here. So James advanced into the semis where he won against Paul, who was playing mono whites. All right, looks like the life total didn't get out updates. All right, starting things off with a Glade Cover Scouts. Starts off with Lush. Bins a land, which means he definitely has the combo in his hand. All he needs to do is just execute it. James, on the other hand, needs to chain a bunch of auras to make his technically his boggle's bigger. Key card for Erik would definitely be Witherbloom Command in this matchup because it can interact with some of his auras. All right, there's the Audacity. All right, goes for the Collective Brutality. Unfortunately, did not get to discard any artifact vehicles. That could have been the turn. Oh my god, that light pause is gonna go off real quick. But James is stuck on 2 lands. Plays the Thoughtseize. Takes out an aura. Alright. Commune with nature. Ooh, that's a pretty good card to get. Ethereal armor. Yep, he's gonna chain off. In response, taking out the light pulse so he doesn't go off really quick. But this Glade Cover Scout is dealing a ton of damage. He's already down to 5. Wow. Alright, James is actually looking good. And Erik does not have any enablers in this graveyard. He has access to Kaya, but no land. He threw off the land earlier. And looks like he's gonna put off a chump blocker here. Very unfortunate. Can't even interact with... Yeah, no choice but to attack. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trample 3. Yep, down to 3. Puts Scan in the hand. Not much he can do. And he scoops it up. Wow, that was very quick. Game number 1 between James and Erik. James getting the huge advantage, which you normally don't see going up against these combo decks. Yep, James almost forgot to not shuffle his companion into his deck. Usually that's a very common mistake. For companion players. So let us pull out our bracket, by the way, guys, for those who are just curious of what is going on with the top eights. So James Mark, uh, already up a game ahead against Erik. If he wins this, he gets into the grand finals, waiting between four of the players on the other side of the bracket, which is Starry going up against Ericsson. That is the Blue White Control going up against the Jeskai Ascendancy. And then we have Raymond and Kevin going up against each other. Raymond running Boros Convoke, which you normally do not see in this type of field. Although it's very strong in Pioneer, it doesn't. It actually fell off in the minigame, even after the bannings. So, and even with like the new cards from Murders at Karlov Manor, it's still pretty much dominant with Rakdos Vampires and Phoenix, as well as Amalia combo and Blue Eye Control. Kevin, on the other hand, running the Is It Phoenix, which actually has a decent chance against this deck. So it's either one of these four players who's going up against whoever wins this semifinals right here. So going back into the game, we're going to see a mulligan from James. All right, we're finally having a life counter. Thank you. But James going down to 6, quite unfortunate. But if you're going up against this type of deck, you have to be very aggressive with your mulligans, especially with a specific game plan. Either you just want to execute your game plan A, or finding those sideboard cards that would slow down your opponent's game plan. So those are your two choices. And then the more you mulligan, the more or the lesser option of choosing those two, one of those two, would be more prevalent. But Erik already kept his 7, so it's looking to be very comfortable at this matchup. Even as the Knight of Autumn. So Light Pause is the second creature to come out. It looks like a Grizzly Salvage is the response. Oh my god. If Greasefang comes out, oh, those are very good hits. No Greasefang on Eric's end. Not yet. So the choice would rather be the Sentinel, Raffine's Informants, or a land. He already has like 2 lands, so Sentinel is like a pretty good choice here. Other than that, those are pretty good hits. If he top decks Greasefang, that's pretty much game. Right. Shocks with the Temple Garden. Oh, lockdown. Holy moly, that's actually super brutal. Yep. And James has no choice but to concede to that part with his creatures. And looks like the only play here is to get Gigantha. Unless he forgot to put it on his companion field. Now Erik seems to be in a comfortable spot. Sentinel doesn't even bother to play the Thoughtseize. Looks like he's gonna play the map token. So Sentinel is actually pretty good here. It's gonna help him look for Greasefang here. Even gets another lockdown. Oh, in response, even gets back his creatures again with natural state. Very interesting sideboard playing here for James. And I think that was pretty smart for Erik to keep a second lockdown over there from the top. So let's see if James wants to commit to this board. Otherwise, he's going to be super behind. Yeah, looks like he's just ready to pass. There's not really much to do because he's going to eat another board wipe. But he has a creature for later. It's just a matter of whether he wants to play it. Yeah, he doesn't want to play it on an upcoming temporal lockdown. Alright, just goes in for 2. Puts in Gigantha on the hand. Alright, so no fear for Erik because he's going to get that lockdown again. And if he throws out a Thoughtseize, he could catch the Glade Cover Scout, which is in his hand. Yep, there it is. And he's gonna catch it. So his best bet is get a land into Gigantha, which is a pretty good beater. So that's gonna attack for 4. Gets a map token. Down to 16. Let's see if James can get a land off the top. It's Shram. Shram's actually pretty good. Now he's gonna start chaining off his spells. Ooh, nice top deck. Ethereal Armor. Audacity. Draws a card. Armor. Draws another card. Double Griff's Boon off the top. No second land. Or rather, 5th land. Let's see how Erik is going to deal with this. He could destroy the Ethereal Armor with Knight of Bottom. Choose to. Or he could play the Seek's Chariots. Gets a land off the top with the map token. Game is looking to be dragging a little bit longer. Alright, Knight of Autumn taking out the Ethereal Armor so that he can attack. And that's another 4. He's looking to dig again. Another land! Wow! Looks like it's flooding. There's the other land. But looks like... Oh, nice. There's the Rune of Sustenance, so... He's definitely going to go off with Shram right here. Double draw. Oh, okay. James feeling himself right now. Cartouche gets to draw again. Green Source. And he gets a Toadstool as well. This is looking pretty good for James. And Erik is tapped out. No sign of Greasefang. He already has Parhelion on the field, or rather on the graveyard. Man, this Ram is actually doing like overtime for your boy James. And there it is. Second Griff's Boon. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So attacking for 7. He's dead next turn. Holy crap. What the hell is this game? We have yet to see. We have yet to see a Greasefang play here for Erik. Oh my god. If he doesn't get this, he gets a land. What is happening? Oh my god, is James really gonna get away with this? He's flooding super hard. And even with the Sentinel, this is not looking good. Yep, gets another map token. What is the play here though? Like, what is he gonna get off the map? Oh my god, and another land! That's super rough. Oh. Dude, James has been on fire lately. Like, not only is he top decking so well, like, but it's just putting a lot of pressure on. I don't know how he's gonna block this. He's gonna put the chariot, get a bunch of cats. Oh lord. And he's gonna pass. Does he have a response for this? All he has is just a bunch of lands. He gets an ethereal armor off the top. That's super lethal at this point. And he has, I believe, the Surge of Salvation. He's counting his mana. James on the prowl, getting to take the win. Oh, no Surge though. I thought he had a Surge. So I think he's just gonna play it safe. Oh, and there it is. James gets the win. Congratulations. He is your first finalist for our top 8s Pioneer League. Season 1, 2024. Congratulations. Paul, you see your opponent, he's super, he's super lucky. He's so good. Nice. So that was well played by James. He kept his ground, you know, just played it out, even if he was super behind. That actually bought him a lot of time, like the natural state, dealing with the temporal lock. The first lockdown was super crucial because he had to tap out for another one, and then the I don't know, man. Erik just flooded so hard. Like, I am sorry, my friend. But third and fourth place, not actually bad for Erik. Still a very good feat. And James going in first. Dude, if he wins this whole league, then he's actually breaking the curse of first seed not winning the whole tournaments. Top decks round. I know, right? Like, it's crazy. It's freaking crazy, Paul. Top decks a SRAM, and I thought he was gonna top deck a land just for his Gigantha play, but he got a better card off the top. So congratulations, guys. I'll be taking a short break, but after that, we're going to have our next match, which is Raymond and Kevin for the quarterfinals. So don't go anywhere. Be sure to like and share the stream. Wala pa, wala pa. They'll be up next. We'll have a short break and then we'll catch up for their next games. So be right back, guys. Dang it, I pressed the... Control mode. Be right back for reals. All right, and we are back for more games between the Pioneer League 2024 Season 1. This is the top 8 quarterfinals between Raymond and Kevin. Raymond running Boros Convoke, and he's going to go up against Kevin's Is It Phoenix. So, another exciting match to go along with. So, here we go. Players are playing. They're getting ready. And I'm going to edit the, the scoreboard. So, I think Raymond has to go first. Yep. Because he is at 3rd seed. Why is his name sticking out a bit? Okay, so Kevin, 6th seed, so he's playing 2nd, which is he's okay with going 2nd because Phoenix is basically a control deck. You just have a bunch of cantrips, and then you chain off with Treasure Cruise to bring back your Phoenixes, and then they'll be the ones taking the win. After you control, basically. Oh, it's the other way around. Dang it. Okay, so. Yeah, you start now. Why did it go back? That's weird. Wow. Congratulations, James, for getting our first, being our first finalist. In the Pioneer League. Oh no, I forgot to take out that one. All right, so let's kick things off. Oh, that's really weird. All right, game number one between Kevin and Raymond. So Raymond should definitely go first. Let's see if he's going to mulligan. Yep, definitely a mulligan. Kevin probably gonna keep his hand. He needs to keep as much cards as he can so he can answer all of Raymond's creatures on the field. Lightning Axe would be the key card here to deal with uh, the venerated Loxodon or the Knight Errants of Eos. However, that's just going to stem the bleeding because he really needs to slow down uh, the Convoke game plan for Raymond. Like turn one, Fiery Impulse would be very good. And he's gonna go to five. That's rough for Raymond's first game on the play as well. So this is looking not good for him. So let's talk about the game plan once again for both these decks. Uh, I'll just bring out their key cards. So for Kevin, it's going to be the Is It Phoenix. So that's the namesake of the of the deck. Arclight Phoenix. If you chain three instants of sorceries during your main phase, then moving into combat, Phoenix triggers from the graveyard, and then he'll come back for free. So if you have a bunch of Phoenixes, like four is like your best number. And then the deck is just basically a bunch of cantrips and removals, spot removals. And then your best cantrip would be Treasure Cruise, draw three cards for one mana virtually. So just chain your spells uh, methodically and make sure you count your resources very well because that's the name of the game for Is It Phoenix. It's a control deck. You want to make sure to stave off a bunch of damages from these aggressive decks like the Boros Convoke. And from there, dig your win conditions. Okay, starting off with the Novice Inspector. So, the game plan for Boros Convoke is to convoke or basically cheat out these uh, very mana efficient cards. The latest edition is going to be Knight Errant of Eos for this deck. So it has the convoke mechanic where you tap your creatures uh, as a replacement of paying the mana cost or the mana value of the card. So if you have like five creatures, you could just tap all your five creatures to play Knight Errant of Eos or Venerated Loxodon and then gain the extra effects of either drawing two more creature cards off the top of your library or pump all your creatures that help convoke the Venerated Loxodon, putting a lot of power on the field. And this can be done on turn two. That's your fastest turn. So game plan for Raymond is to execute that turn two quick game plan of putting a lot of creatures on the field and then just deal a lot of damage. So Kevin opting for op on the first turn. Very interesting play there. It looks like this is a turn two play for Resolute Reinforcement. Yep. There's the Ledger Shredder. That's going to delay some of the damage. So draws for the turn. Did not get a land, unfortunate. So this is looking like a quite a slow turn here for Raymond. It's looking to bluff out a 1 damage, which could usually matter. And Kevin's gonna take it. So one card that you would be playing around would be a Ganjo, but since Raymond doesn't have a third land and he doesn't have a legendary creature, uh, that was an easy block for me right there. There wasn't anything else to play around. So Kevin is on the upper hand still, but he's taking a lot of damage. I think it's down to 14, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely wants to take care of one of these creatures. Lightning Axe dumping the Phoenix, taking out the Novice Inspector into Fury Impulse. Oh, which is fine because Kevin is super ahead on the board with a Ledger Shredder into the Connive. So he's going to Connive. He's going to draw another Impulse. He should definitely bin the Spell Pierce. Decides to throw the land. And another Impulse to get the Phoenix going up. Yep. Third spell. And this is the power of the Phoenix, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. There's a... Okay, so he's going to take damage. And then on end step, yep, still gets the Resolute Reinforcements. There it is, the third land, finally. Where were you, dang it? Attack for 2. Looks like he wants to draw Novice Inspector. That's okay. Looks like he wants to draw a card from the Clue token next turn. Kevin having the second Shredder into Treasure Cruise. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another Ledger Shredder. I think. Yeah, if he would have been that Spell Pierce right there and kept the land, I think he could have went into Treasure Cruise this turn. But I think he's short on 1 mana. Right, so he draws a card off the Clue token. Another Resolute. What is up with these cards? So there is the option to just slam the... Okay, that's a Warden. It's actually not bad. So he's looking to scry. Put a counter on Warden. That is a Volderin Epicure off the top. Very interesting. And yep, easy block right there, finally. Plays a land and passes turn. So Raymond is actually pretty smart in playing around the Ledger Shredders. Kevin gets a land. So if Kevin is not careful, he could actually be killed like out of nowhere. So He's definitely thinking. It's a Spire Bluff Canal, so playing a tap is kind of awkward. And then, is he just gonna attack? Yeah, he's probably gonna leave the Shredder on block duty. Takes three. He still wants to win, but doesn't want to get blown up by. Yeah, it's just gonna pass. End of turn. Just gonna draw off the clue token. So Raymond, very patient, just waiting for an opportunity to just go off. Oh, Loxodon can actually be pretty good. Just tap outs. Because technically he's not dead yet. And Kevin doesn't have a lot of spells to go around. So he may be opting to go Loxodon Pass. But he could also slam the. Oh, okay. That's the Volder Epicure. Gets a blood token. It's still very scary to just go in. Hmm. Oh, is he gonna go all in? Damn! Really? So, double trigger. Hold up, hold up. he's just he's gonna go in. He forgot to wait for Kevin's triggers. Well, even though I reminded him that he was supposed to connive, he's gonna take a lot of damage though. So, did he declare his blockers? It's down to 10. He could block two creatures. He has to block the biggest. Okay, okay, there you go. So it looks like they're letting the connive resolve. Definitely has to have been the spell pierce. Yep. And then the second one, he needs a burn spell. Oh my god, that's a land. Or is that an opt? Okay, it's an opt. He binned the opt? Oh no. He needed that. He could have just played opt and then find another burn spell to actually stave off some damages. But we're finally seeing the. Okay, hold up. He's gonna block the biggest creatures. So he should take 8 down to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's gonna die. And they're both gonna live. So Kevin actually has a shot now. All thanks to the Ledger Shredders. So now I can play Treasure Cruise, try to look for a second spell. Yep, he's counting. Treasure Cruise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the power of the Phoenix deck. Trying to make a comeback with that one card. It would be unfortunate if he draws 3 lands off the top. Yep, there should be a second spell. There's a Lightning Axe and Picklock Prankster. Right, Lightning Axe triggering both Shredders. He just needs to bin one card and that should be lethal. Yep. Yeah, that's 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Killing the Warden. You should just go in. Yep, that's lethal. All right, Kevin gets the first game. He definitely almost forgot about the triggers. Now for the sideboard plan for Raymond, he needs to deal with those Ledger Shredders because those are very pesky creatures. So best card in the sideboard would be Lithomantic Barrage. Yeah, it's definitely boarding out those clunky spells in the main deck, just the case. Yeah, Lithomantic Barrage would be a very good card. If he has access to Torch the Tower, that would be also good. Kevin, on the other hand, definitely has access to board wipes such as Brotherhood's End. Those are pretty good against this deck. So I would give the upper hand to Kevin once again. On the draw, can just do some cantrips, find his answers, and as long as he doesn't forget his triggers, he would have actually lost that game if he didn't resolve the connive triggers. But in the spirit of gameplay, we must keep the board state clean. And not to mention that the rules and enforcement level on this league is pretty much regular, so it's not that. Or it's more rather a casual level because these guys are trying to hone their skills. Unless we're talking about like a big event, this is just a way to practice their decks. All right, let me know in the comments below which player do you want to win. I want to see both sides have a go at it on game three. So this is Raymond's first top eight at a Pioneer League. By the way, 18 players and makes the cuts at third seed. That's very impressive for a new player to come in. So, but he might feel the pressure of playing into the big leagues. Kevin, definitely one of our. He's definitely almost at a point where he's a veteran at this game because he's been playing so long. All right, so let's see if Raymond doesn't go down to five once again with his mulligans. Just keeps the seven and go unga bunga with Boris Convoke. Again, the game plan for Convoke, put in a lot of pressure as early as turn two. That's your best play. With the Convoke spells, either Knight Errant or Venerated Loxodon. Just putting a lot of power. Knight Errant would like either way they're both good because Kevin has to deal with all of that, all of that pressure, and he can't answer all of them. He can just delay a little bit. Lightning Axe is definitely his best buddy. If he plays Shredder on turn two, again, I think the strategy for Raymond is to hold up a Lithomantic Barrage before he changes his spells. All right, so we are proceeding to game number two for the quarterfinals between Kevin and Raymond. Both are presenting their decks. All right, let's get it on. Yep, let's not forget that the Boros Convoke has access to Rest in Peace, so this is actually uh, pretty good plan B to slow down Kevin's way of going off with Treasure Cruise or like just cheating a bunch of Phoenixes. But he does have a plan B for that, which is the Drake, the Crackling Drake. Question is whether he'd want that because sometimes the Crackling Drake would be susceptible to the Lithomantic Barrage. Like the Barrage is just a very good spell, even though it's sorcery. Like dealing 5 damage for 1 mana is pretty good. That's uncounterable. So if you're going up against the blue decks, that is the best card you'll get. There's another Rest in Peace. A bunch of creatures. That looks like a good hand, actually. Not gonna lie, no cap. Alright. Puts one at the bottom. Slightly better than last time. Novice Inspector. It's your best first turn. The deck is just way more consistent this time because of this card right here. Uh, Basically, it's a functional reprint. Yep, that's a very good play finally for Kevin for his first turn. But Novice Inspector is basically a reprint, a functional reprint for Thraben Inspector. Plays Rest in Peace. So it's gonna delay Kevin's game plan. So Kevin, on the other hand, Definitely needs start putting some pressure on the board. Probably a ledger shredder. Oh yeah, that's really good. That's one way to play around Rest in Peace, man. That's a Tarmogoyf, a flying Tarmogoyf if I've ever seen one. So Thraben Inspector getting another clue. Though unfortunately, it would be awkward for him to go off. But he has no choice. Yep. There's the connive trigger. He needs to put pressure on the board. So Kevin is deciding on whether to keep his Phoenix or keep his spells. That lightning axe is definitely gonna be good. Unless you're not expecting the venerated Loxodon this turn. So he's gonna crack the clue to get 3 tokens. And then he's definitely gonna go off with his Convoke spell. That's the Loxodon. That's a lot of power for turn 3. 8 plus 4, that's 12. Noise. Kevin just binned his one of his ways out in dealing with the board state right now. I don't know if the Ledger Shredder can hold on. If he top decks a Imodane's Recruiter, that's pretty much game. He has Aether Gust. Turn bit too late. As well as Young Pyromancer. I don't know why he brought that in this matchup. I guess it's like unlimited blockers, and it's also a plan B, if you ask me. So, not a bad card to bring up. Although it could be awkward at times. I think the play here is to just attack. Ugh. Just get in the face, baby. Face is the place. That is 12 power, ladies and gentlemen. So there has to be a response here for Kevin. Yep, that's 8. Plus 4 from Loxodon. Aether Gust, one of the tokens, so that's down to 10. You can block one of the tokens as well. Down to 8. 8 damage. So taking 8. Down to 12. And one of the tokens die. Ooh. Question is, what is the next gameplay for Raymond? Looks like it's just a draw. Oh, nice. Looks like it's just gonna pass. Resolute reinforcements off the top. So he's still putting a lot of pressure on the board. Oh, those phoenixes are looking very awkward right now. Double phoenix from his hand. And I don't think he has a cantrip at this point. He has Spell Pierce. Maybe he could just hope for... like, play Young Pyro and hope for his opponents to play a spell. Looks like he's not gonna wait any further. Arclight Phoenix on the field. Hard cast. Question is, can he afford to take potentially 8 more damage? So looks like he's gonna pass. End of turn. Play Resolutes. So best top deck here for Raymond is going to be Imodane's Recruiter. Did he get it? this is gonna go in. 10 damage, baby. Very rough spot for Kevin, but he's forced to block. Trade with the Inspector. So that's 6 damage down to 6. Still left with 1 Ledger Shredder. Yep, that's going to take out the Phoenix as well. What is in his hand? Another Inspector. Alright. Raymond actually drawing pretty decent, if you ask me. I don't think he could afford to. Oh, he's gonna slam it again. Dang. Passes the turn. End of turn. Draws a card. I think he got a creature right there. Alright. Draws for the turn. Gleeful Demolition. Not the card that you want to see. Because he basically just cracked his clue. I think Raymond has no choice but to go all in again if he doesn't have any other spell to play. Just force the Shredder to block awkwardly. Oh, wait a minute. He's got something. Ah, it's a land. He's passing the turn. Wow. I don't know about that. Kevin must have been having a relief for seeing that he's not going to attack. Okay, draws for the turn. Let's see if Raymond has anything. I think he drew a land. Oh no. Raymond is almost out of luck. Now he decides to attack. Okay, double blocks, takes 2 damage. He definitely wants to take out the Shredder if he wants to trade. I think that's the better play. Yep. I think he's assigning damage to Shredder. Arc like Phoenix lives, but he's on block duty. And he gets a trade, takes 2 damage. I'm surprised we're not seeing Gigantha from this deck. There's the first cantrip for Kevin. Unfortunate that both his enablers are down. That's another cantrip. It's pretty good. He still needs to stabilize at this point. Another sleight of hand into a consider. He's probably just looking for like another burn spell or any other spell that he could just throw off. looks like he's just gonna pass. Another land! Oh no! You hate to see this type of thing happen. Raymond is what we call flooding, ladies and gentlemen. As we saw last game with Erik and James, Raymond is also on the bad side of the game called Magic Gathering, where you're flooding really hard. You need your spells to come off. So there's no good attack here for Raymond. He's gonna force the pass. End step, consider. Kevin just slowly getting back into the game. Alright. Almost revealed his card, which he shouldn't need to. Picklock Prankster. He could opt to fire it off. Okay, he's still holding up the Spell Pierce for some reason though. Yep, there it is. The Picklock Prankster. He can also cast it as a creature. One Lightning Axe is also good. Oh, wait. Hold up. Can he get that from... Let's see. What's the wording? Mill 4 cards. Then put an instant sorcery. Oh, so I think that's not how it's supposed to work. Yeah, because Rest in Peace is on the field, which means maybe he can't get a card. Hello, Anjo. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're not just double streaming, we're triple streaming. We have a Twitch channel, by the way, Top Deck PH. You could also check it out over there. All right, cast the Picklock Prankster. Well, why is it tap? Alright. Lightning Axe to deal one of the creatures, just so he could start attacking. Okay, so I just checked the rulings. Oh, that's actually a pretty good top deck. Because Kevin, just when he needed the Spell Pierce, but of course, Raymond is already flooding, so that's actually a pretty good top deck. But he can't attack. So he's just going to pass the turn. Kevin has access to Hall. Oh, that's a Lightning Phoenix. That's an Arclight Phoenix, which is pretty good. So he could just start attacking with both Phoenixes, leave the Picklock Prankster on the blocks. Ibalik si Raymond Zawis. So I just checked the ruling for Picklock Prankster. If Prankster's adventure ability... Oh, wow, he goes for the... Yeah, Raymond's just going to take it. He's just going to block next turn. Take 7 down to 13. If Picklock Prankster is used while opponent controls Rest in Peace, the milled cards will go to exile, but you are still able to add 1 to your hand. It's still milled regardless of what zone it ends up. Oh, interesting. No, he passes the turn. He doesn't have any creatures. Now he's forced to do block duty. Gonna take again, down to 6. Kevin is just very complacent using the... Oh, but he needs a creature. Oh no, Raymond is short. He needs a novice inspector. He needs something. He has a gleeful demolition and he can't use it. Ah, that's frustrating. All right, chef it. There's the warden. Deal one. Down to three. He still can't attack. And this might be the end of the rope for Raymond because Kevin has an Arclight Phoenix on his hand, and that should be lethal. I think he should have blocked last turn. And I think he forgot that Picklock Prankster has Vigilance, so that definitely should be attacking. Raymond thinking hard how to get out of this situation. I don't think he can. Yeah, it's just gonna pass the turn. Kevin is just gonna slam the Phoenix, and he's just gonna attack for lethal. And there is the handshake. Congratulations to Kevin getting that win and moving on to the semifinals. So well played from Raymond as well. Not bad for his first run at the Pioneer League. Is that Joshua's hand? All right, so we're just waiting for Stari and Eriksson. I think we'll be having that match on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to see if who Kevin is going to go up against. So congratulations to our players. And that is it for our stream today. Let me just jump my face here. So, Modern League is still, up in the air for registration. If you're interested to join our Modern League, be sure to message us and get your slot. We're also going to have a Pioneer League as well in the next couple of weeks, so get your decks ready. And what else do I have to throw about? We're going to have another sale, guys. One Piece. We're going to have a sale, just a heads up. For this week, we're going to have a sale for our starter decks. The Crocodile, what was that, green? 8 Kid, as well as Zoro Sanji. We're putting those up on sale for this week. So be sure to follow Top Deck Games for those updates. Jerson jump scare. Tomorrow we'll have our weekly top TD talks because things got busy here at Top Deck for the whole afternoon, so we couldn't have that earlier. And let's not forget Geek Pop on May 25th, 26th. Be sure to be there, guys. We'll be announcing our One Piece card game event very soon. We're just waiting for some approval from, Bandai's and Maxoff, as we need permission for our flagship. Hopefully that gets approved. Other than that, we have Magic the Gathering as well as Vanguard. We're also going to be having side events as well for Magic and Way Schwartz. So stay tuned for more updates. Yes, Vanguard. I just mentioned. You want the sale for Vanguard? We'll see. We'll see. If we could get that running. Manangid sa ta sa atong kwan, atong bossing. So, thank you guys for tuning in. This is TD Bapo. We'll see you in the next stream. Peace out. See if I got the controls right. All right. And good night, guys.